Hello, my name is Patricia Almaguer-Kalixto from Universidad de Zaragoza, Spain, and my abstract for this conference is related to the topic why Sociocybernetics is a useful and relevant analytical framework in time of pandemics. It aims to be a general and introductory intervention to promote our analytical approach within a broader sociological perspective. So, why system thinking? The concept of sociocybernetics has been shaped over the past 40 years at the intersection between first and second order cybernetics, constructive epistemology, and system science. All this knowledge interaction has produced a common language to bridge these different disciplines and a common basis to research complex social problems. Those who are not formally engaged with system thinking initially consider, well, this is far from my literature, is too fancy, or goes beyond my schemas. But in reality, most people use at least systemic metaphors that are embedded in our perception of how society is organized at different structures. System thinkers aim to go beyond metaphors and define concepts that can help us to understand causal interrelations between and within scales. This can be helpful to explain either the emergence of new elements, relations, and processes, to explain transformation from within the system, or external influences that exercise turbulence and irritation, forcing the elements of the systems to adapt. In sociocybernetics, the concept of complexity is core. Niklas Luhmann, originally strongly influenced by Parson and Edgar Morin, popularized the notion of complexity in social science. Luhmann linked the notion of complexity with ideas of relationship, possibility, contingency, and probability, prioritizing relationships as constitutive elements of systems. Some RC51 members add the conceptual contributions of Rolando Garcia, who proposes that complex systems behave as a totality, conformed by subsystems that have its own dynamic. They have elements highly heterogeneous, yet defined one by the other through its relationship. They have processes at different levels interrelated and sometimes with structure that overlap. A key aspect is that they have an intensive relationship with the system, within the system, and with its environment. The key question in systemic terms is how are we observing COVID-19 effects? If we talk at global level, we could say that a pandemic has irritated global governance systems, forcing them to react. We have seen that this reaction has been slow, whereas international financial systems do react every day in a quick manner, depending on the news produced by global media system located in a capitalistic framework. At meso levels, let's say nations, we refer governance systems where path of actions are decided, shaping the administrative subsystems with new legal procedures such as the state of alarm or the legislation of new normality, which is the new rules for the functioning of our social system. We are witnessing how health systems have been put into the limits of organizational and material capacity and how educational systems are forced to adapt with little information and no tradition in anticipating scenarios and define next-term activities. At a micro level, which is the psychosocial dimension, pandemic has strongly modified group dynamics, family interactions, and community behaviors, and even our relations with our own bodies and psyches. We know that we as society are adapting at all levels, in all directions, not with the same strength and capabilities because our position in the system is not the same for everyone. And that makes the difference to endure or not during this inedit global crisis. So these are some of the concepts that sociocybernetics can offer to current sociological analysis to this pandemic time. Of course, it has to be, and we in RC51 recognize and defend the importance of an interdisciplinary approach to sum up the concepts that are required to explain the complexity of the problems that we are facing. We hope the contributions in this conference can be um, start a start of what RC51 can be promoting to work toward an understanding of COVID-19 effects. Thank you very much.